Have you ever caught yourself spending a lot of money from using your credit card for groceries and medical bills? I believe a lot of credit card owners who are watching this video would agree. Sometimes you won't notice how much you've been actually purchasing. But worry no more, because this video will remind you that to be finance savvy, financial intellect is your buddy. We're no tricksters here, and we only bring you the newest and most efficient tips and tricks in your journey to financial freedom. So be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss opportunities like this one. Prepare your gears because we're about to give you the 5 hacks on how you can pay your debts in no time. Track your expenses. Know your financial situation at all times. That is hack number 1. When you don't track your expenses, you might be surprised when you find out that you're in a lot of debt already, or you have a lot of unused money in reserve. Certainly, a part of our daily life is fending for our necessities like food, transportation, taxes, housing. The list of expenses just piles up and never stops. With all of these never-ending expenditures, it is almost impossible for you, or at the very least, you'll be sure to have a difficult time taking note of all these if you do not have any means of recording it. So, it should be your daily priority to take care of your own finances by having a streamlined revenue system, and you have to realize that the earlier you start building this habit, the earlier you are set to go on the right path to your financial freedom. Hack number 2. Start with an objective. Similar to how you imagine the things that you want, you need to start with a clear goal in mind with your money. This also applies to paying off your credit card debt. You have to create realistic objectives that you'll be able to fulfill successfully. When coming up with your goals, you have to make sure that they are precise, relevant, realistic, quantifiable, and most importantly, timely. With this, you'll be able to easily come up with a plan to pay off your debt. You'll have a concrete plan to divide the payment amount on, perhaps a weekly or monthly basis. Now that you're aware of what you want to do with your debt, you'll now have to focus your time on what you need to do. You can also try out targeting one debt at a time by ranking priority debts based on the interest rate. This is also a hack to balance your credit cards if you have multiple accounts. There are 2 approaches that you can follow when you want to pay off your debt one by one: the avalanche method or the snowball method. In the avalanche method, you'll first focus on paying off credit card charges with the highest interest rate, while only providing minimum payments on lower interest rates. And when you finish the debt with the highest interest rate, you'll move on to the next highest interest rate, and so on. On the other hand, the snowball method is simply the exact opposite of the avalanche method, where you'll prioritize the card with the smallest balance. After you paid the card charges in full amount, you use the money from the debt you paid to help you with the second smallest balance on your list. You'll notice that both methods prioritize paying a single account while maintaining a minimum payment for the other accounts. This is done to prevent irregularities in your payment records and history. Try out debt consolidation. This third hack is a bit complicated because you can be rejected or declined, but there is always another opportunity if you have the patience to look for one. Debt consolidation is a way of paying off your debt by using a new loan. By applying for this loan, you can combine your debts with higher interest balances into one with lower interest rates and repay them in one go. Convenient, isn't it? The consolidated loan makes your life easier by only making a single payment each month for all your debt and with lesser interest at the same time. Where can you apply for this, you may be thinking? Well, the answer is right in front of you: your bank, your credit card company, or the credit unions you are under. But like what I've said earlier, if your reputation with your institution is not A-okay, then you might have to try out other companies or lenders who also offer credit card consolidation loans or private mortgages. In terms of credit card consolidation, there are 2 ways that you can use it to pay down your debt. The first is balance transfers. Balance transfer credit cards give you the ability to move your balances from your account to another. When you have your balance transfer credit card, you only need to look for other accounts with lower interest rates to decrease your debt, especially if you have the debts from high interest credit cards. A good balance transfer credit card that you should look for should have no introductory APR or annual percentage rate for its balance transfers. Although it is common to find credit card companies that offer 0% introductory APR, you must remain vigilant as this offer only lasts for a limited amount of time. You should still monitor your spending over the months and watch out when your introductory rate will expire. You might be accruing interest already without even knowing it. The second is home equity. You can use your home's equity or market value as a loan to pay off your debts. So basically, you are using your home as money, specifically the value of your home, as your payment for your combined debt. Similar to balance transfer credit cards, this loan offers you 3 L's: low interest rates, longer repayment timelines, and lower monthly payments. Although it might seem to be a good deal since it seems you are paying less money over time, this approach is not recommended for those who have debt management issues since your home is your collateral. And you wouldn't want to be deprived of your home, would you? So if you're going for this approach, you have to be consistent and strict with reaching your monthly quota. It is also important to take note that when you actually try debt consolidation, you have to hold back on your expenses. You wouldn't want your debt to go up while you still need to pay for your daily expenses. Hack number 4. Pay beyond the minimum. Take a look at your credit card bill. Observe and study it carefully. Didn't you notice that it takes much longer to pay off your credit card payment when you only pay the minimum balance? You will pay less interest overall if you pay more than the minimum. However, we are all fully aware that it is difficult to accomplish this hack, especially when you are struggling with your finances. But if you have the funds, this is a good hack to prevent yourself from incurring huge interest in your credit card payments. When given a chance, try paying a little more than what is required. Every dollar you pay extra monthly goes straight to your balance, and your credit card company will show you in your billing statement that the less balance you have, the less interest you'll have to pay. Suspend your credit cards. Now we're down to the 5th hack. Although it might sound a bit too much, it is a necessary effort you have to take to control your spending and avoid compounding your debt more. You can practice by leaving your credit cards at home, or, in a more extreme way, locking them into a safe. You can even bury them under the ground as an extreme measure. This will help you avoid using your card because you won't be able to immediately use it, and surely you won't be giving yourself a hassle by going back to your home just to get it, right? You can instead use cash for your payments, and you would be forced to limit your spending with the amount of money you have in your pocket. This saves you from worrying about debts you created from purchasing through cards. Maybe you'll even develop a habit of avoiding credit cards for your payment. So, which among these hacks do you think will crack your credit card debt problems? You can even combine, mix, and match if you want. Share your experience in the comments section down below, or you can also suggest other measures you have taken to help out our financial buddies. We hope you learned a thing or two in today's episode of One-on-One with your financial buddy. If you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please do so, and don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up as it gives us the motivation to continue our mission of helping you in your journey towards financial freedom. Until the next video, see you financial buddies!